Andretti Motorsport has been knocking on the door of F1 for a long time now and looks to be edging closer to its entry into F1 after the FIA's latest announcement. Hate it or love it, Andretti Racing is not going away. And the momentum is with Andretti. They have a new facility being built, they know the best driver lineup for the team, and now it looks like Andretti has found the ideal partner. However, it seems F1 may be looking to burst Andretti's bubble after their recent statement. Stick around to find out who Andretti's latest partner is, how close they are to joining F1, and the newest response F1 had about Andretti's entry. It's definitely not going to please Andretti fans. Andretti's racing bid to become the 11th entrant onto the grid is beginning to gain momentum, with the president of the FIA recently tweeting that he's asked his team to look into an expression of interest process that would allow new teams to enter into F1. The president recently had this to say in an interview. The FIA is exploring the expressions of interest process, and we will provide a further update in the near future, he explained. Today's news from the United States is further proof of the popularity and growth of the FIA Formula One World Championship under the FIA's stewardship, said Ben Sulayem. It's yet to be precisely known what this process will entail, but it will most likely be a long and tedious process, highlighted by Mr. Sulayem's statement. Any additional entries would build on the positive acceptance of the FIA's 2026 PU regulations among OEMs, which has already attracted an entry from Audi. Any expressions of interest process will follow strict FIA protocol and will take several months. We are pretty sure that this process won't be quick, and like many things in F1, it will be complex, with many reporting that the FIA will need to ensure all parties are happy, as well as make sure anyone entering has the right manpower, money, machinery, and marketing power, which, by the sounds of it, Andretti will have no problem with. There are two Concord agreements with the FIA and the FOA. The FIA is for governance, the FOA is for distribution of prize money, and because of this agreement, F1 teams insist that new teams pay $200 million entry fees. And we are pretty sure Mercedes instigated this. This does create a sticky situation. The FIA could not refuse a team that qualifies for an entry on all sporting, technical, and budgetary fronts. On the flip side, at best, FOA could withhold prize monies and travel subsidies from a team that declines to sign up but could not then broadcast its images. The simple solution is to waive the entry fee and move on, but something makes us think that one team may not be happy with this. With all that being said, this is not deterring any new teams from entering, with Porsche, Hyundai, BMW, and Ford all keen to join the sport. But the one that is far in advance is Andretti Racing. The rumor mill is in overdrive at the moment. The new 2026 regulation has been implemented to allow more teams to join F1, as they will make it more economically and environmentally friendly. Hence why Audi is taking over Sauber. Porsche has recently confirmed it is still looking for a partner, but its dream of entering F1 faces a couple of stumbling blocks. Under the new engine regulations, the power units will be 50% ICE and 50% electric, with a combustion component driven by 100% biofuel. If Porsche enters the sport, it will likely use the platform to promote its new synthetic fuel operation, while Audi will use it to promote EVs like the RS e-tron GT. Here's hoping that the field will grow further come 2026. Andretti Motor Racing looks to never do things in small doses, with the F1 hopefuls announcing a significant partnership with the General Motors. Andretti has this to say about the partnership. I am proud to have General Motors and Cadillac alongside us as we pursue this goal. We now have the opportunity together to combine our passion and commitment to innovation and to build a true American F1 bid. With Cadillac, Andretti will become a US-based super team that the FIA may no longer be able to stop. Together, the two big names in the car world could open the F1 gate. Mark Royce, president of General Motors, confirmed the team would run as the Andretti Cadillac team, and if approved, would be based in the US with a support facility in the UK. Today is the first step of what we hope to be the historic entry of General Motors into F1, he said. It's very, very exciting for us to be with Andretti, and if given the opportunity, GM and Cadillac will compete with the very best, the very highest levels, with passion and integrity that will continue to elevate the sport for the FIA and race fans around the world. Even the FIA president was happy with the announcement. It is particularly pleasing to have interest from two iconic brands such as General Motors Cadillac and Andretti Global. said Ben Sulayem. So then, where does that leave Andretti and its entry into F1, and in what capacity will Cadillac be joining Andretti Racing? The idea is for GM to initially rebadge the power unit of another manufacturer before rolling out its own technical expertise and products. Royce confirmed they had a signed agreement with a power unit supplier, but may look to bring things in-house in the future. Andretti Racing and General Motors as a team are undoubtedly too big to ignore. Andretti's latest statement alludes to the fact that they are finally getting to the FIA. It's been well documented Andretti Global has a desire to enter the Formula One World Championship, Andretti told the media. So at this point, I'd like to thank the FIA and President Mohammed for their recent interest in exploring an expression of interest process. I appreciate his transparency and willingness to be open to this process. Andretti went on further to say, the president has definitely shown that he really would like to have an 11th team. Andretti said, he is a racer and he understands the importance of that for this series itself. We feel very confident. Once the expression of interest goes out, especially having a great partnership with Cadillac, we have a very good shot at checking every box and being able to be on the grid soon. Andretti is confident that the team will get an entry into F1, and the FIA is also on board. There does appear to be one problem. As previously said, Andretti needs permission from the FIA and F1 in order to gain access. But it looks like F1 is just letting everybody know that they're still here, and it's not going to be plain sailing for Andretti. There is great interest in the F1 project at this time, with a number of conversations continuing that are not as visible as others, said F1. We all want to ensure the championship remains credible and stable, and any new entrant request will be assessed on criteria to meet those objectives by all the relevant stakeholders. Any new entrant request requires the agreement of both F1 and the FIA. Just as we thought Andretti was gaining momentum, in come F1 to spoil the party. Now, Andretti can still enter, it just means that F1 is going to make it challenging. However, the team is so confident that they will get it right that they've even begun hiring, with the technical boss already being hired among the team's main engineers. Clearly, Andretti think they are getting into F1. One of the more exciting things is what General Motors will bring to the party. They have no history in F1, but don't exactly have no racing experience at all. GM is continuing to leverage the Cadillac V-Series brand to impressive effect. What started as humble beginnings with a pair of Pirelli World Challenge CTSV race cars back in the early 2000s, Cadillac Racing now enjoys competing in the top echelon of American sports car racing. Following in the line of the championship-winning Cadillac DPI VR race cars, America's leading luxury brand will take things to a new level of performance and technology with the Cadillac V LMDH Hybrid Hypercar, which will compete globally in the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship and FIA World Endurance Championship. Its inaugural race will be the Rolex 24 Hours of Daytona, taking place on January 28th to 29th. It will also compete in the 2023 24 Hours of Le Mans. So not precisely no experience, but as we know, F1 is a different kettle of fish, with many other motorsports not crossing over very well. What do you think about Andretti's new partnership, and are F1 right to be cautious with it? Comments below.